Hi, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it. I was asked to give a personal testimony, tell you how I got involved, and also how you can be involved. My personal testimony, to make it quick, is that when I was 20 years old, after rejecting God, He changed me. He brought my sin down upon me, called me to repentance, and when I repented, He changed me. He changed my life. He gave me a new life. And from that time on, I continued to walk in that way. I came from a Christian home. I grew up in the church. After I was saved, I went back to the church, and as I grew older, I saw my family kind of falling away. To be honest, they're still going to church, but really not following Christ. I began to study why. Why is this happening? Why am I watching my family deteriorate before me when I know for a fact that the gospel's true? I know it's changed me. And so I started to study the gospel. And at church we say, we think that our duty is to bring people to church. And what I realized in studying the gospel is that I am the church, and my duty is to bring people to Christ. I have a responsibility, because I have been saved, to preach the gospel to the lost. I didn't know where God was going to take me to do that. I prayed about it, and I asked Him to lead me. I'd go anywhere to preach the gospel. And I really thought maybe He was going to send me to Africa, maybe He would send me to some jungle somewhere, but He just had me turn right on Pismo Street in San Luis Obispo and drive past Planned Parenthood. And I saw some people standing there. He said, "Those people need the gospel there. Go stand on the sidewalk." It's right in my own backyard. People are lost. They're dying. They're being led to the slaughter. And He called me to stand up. And so I went there to preach the gospel. I didn't know much about abortion. I didn't know much about what was going on. So I educated myself. We have such a gift with the internet to become informed super fast. We can go on YouTube and we can find out anything you want to know within 10 minutes, 10 seconds. Watch a short video. I did that. I studied for a couple months, and I'm alarmed at... I grew up in the church, and now the first time I'm learning about abortion is on YouTube because I'm seeking out knowledge. I can count on one hand without using fingers how many sermons I heard where the pastor asked me to go down and rescue those being led to the slaughter. I didn't hear it. Now, maybe I wasn't paying attention. I'm not going to blame anybody, but I didn't hear it. It wasn't imposed upon me. Well, as I studied the issue, it just became clear to me that this is sin in our society, and that the bigger sin, and you might disagree that it's a bigger sin, but the bigger sin is for those of us who've been saved, those of us who know the gospel, to remain silent while our neighbors are being murdered. They are our neighbors, and we're busy doing what? What is more important than rescuing those? If anyone can be called innocent, it's the unborn. So how is it going? Well, to be honest, it's not, it's like, talk to people about it, and there's interest. I just had a meeting with about 10 people, and there's interest, but not as much as you would think. Not as much people dedicated to it. We get a lot of people maybe for a day like this, but tomorrow they're still going to be being murdered. They're still going to be going on, and we cannot stop. We cannot rest. Okay, so that's my personal testimony. How I got involved, I shared that. I believe we have to preach the gospel. So I want to talk about how you can be involved and how you can make abolishing abortion, which means ending abortion, which means not having compromise with abortion. Abortion is wrong, period. It's wrong in the case of rape and incest. It's wrong in the really hard circumstances. It's wrong. Our God says that I will be with you and you should not be afraid. We have to believe Him. So if we're going to do that, what we have to do is this man said Satan is guiding Planned Parenthood. I am like, holy cow, yes, he is guiding Planned Parenthood. And Satan is the father of lies. So what we do is we destroy lies. Part of the way we do it through abolish human abortion, we use something called a drop card. This is a drop card right here. It's small, about the size of a business card, and this destroys pro-choice information. The card says, with a picture of an embryo, it says, what about her rights? See, the baby's a woman. They say this is women's rights issue. It's not a women's rights issue. It's a sin issue. And this shatters that. On the back it says, killing a baby is no way to Planned Parenthood. Okay? Where do I put this? Well, when I go get gas, I pay for my gas and I leave this for the next person. If I go get coffee, I put this there. If I go to the restroom, I leave it in the restroom. I'm always going to fight for these unborn. I'm not going to stop. It doesn't start at the abortion mill. The abortion mill is the last line of defense. I have a pamphlet, something you can leave in a coffee shop. It says, what about abortion in the case of rape? If you open it up, it asks the question. There's 2 ultrasounds there. One of those babies is conceived in rape, and one of them's not. Can you tell? This shatters pro-choice information. This shatters even some pro-life information when some people are pro-life with exceptions. We cannot rest in this time when, like the pastor said, 3,500 babies are being murdered every day. We cannot rest. You can get these. You can drop these. Here's another drop card that we have. This is specifically to give to women. It says, abortion is not the answer. We will help you. We can't just be against abortion. We have got to be the church, and we've got to be willing to help. We've got to be willing to say, yes, I will. You can come to my house. Yes, we'll adopt your baby. Yes, we'll take you and we'll help you. Because that is what Christianity is. James says true religion is standing up for orphans and widows and taking these people on. And I think that is Christianity. All right, well, I pray that all of you would not just end today, that you would carry this on every day of the year until we have effected the abolition of abortion.